Alright, so today we'll be cutting our into four, yes, 4 quarters. So without further ado, let's get into it. So when I'm cutting my chicken in four, what I do is just cut it along the breast here and then separate the legs, the leg quarter. So breast, wing, leg and thigh. Alright, so that's how I do my quarter. So bam, chicken in half, yeah, in half. Then I just remove here, leg and thigh. Alright, so there you have it. This is it. This is 1/4. This is another quarter. Same thing goes for this one. All you do, you just remove leg and thigh and you have your breast and wing. So there you have it. It's 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now at this point what I do is take the opportunity to get the chicken clean up. So I'd remove the oil can. Yeah, just cut off that, remove the excess fat. And of course, in the meanwhile, you take out these marrow from inside. Alright, so at this point is where I do my cleanup, ensure that my chicken is clean, then washed and seasoned, marinated, and then ready to be cooked. Right. In the meantime as well, if you look right here on the leg, most of the time you will see some excess feathers. You just take the time out to get rid of those feathers, as well as you might see a bit of the thing here. I don't even know the name of this, that comes from the foot, that excess color here. Just set the time and remove it. So once you're doing the butchery process of any meat, you use that time as well to do the necessary peeling of unnecessary fat, skins, and the necessary cleaning. Alright, so 4/4. From here we're going to wash the chicken. Yes, so you know, once you're washing your chicken, you need to have, yes, you must have some of this Alright, so you throw small amount, a small amount of that onto your chicken, and then you wash it gently. Ensure that in the same breath you examine the chicken, examine the skin for all the blemishes or if anything that is not supposed to be on it, anything that you see that you missed during the butchery process. This is the time you get it cleaned off. Yeah, while you're washing, you still do a bit of cleaning. So you inspect, ensure that everything is intact, everything looks good, doesn't have any foul odor. When I say foul odor, I don't mean the odor, the odor should say. When I said foul odor, I don't mean the odor that the chicken should have. Any other different odor that doesn't smell right, the form of spoilage or anything like that. So once you're washing, that's when you do the final inspection before you actually do your seasoning up, because you don't want to actually season up meat that is spoiled, that has foul odor, yes, or it smell bad then. Put it that way there. So you don't want to prepare any meat that is spoiling or smell bad, because when it's cooking, then the scent would rise more. So this chicken as is now is ready to be seasoned. Yeah, so rub it in gently, ensuring that each quarter is seasoned properly, that the meat is seasoned, that the season is spread right across each quarter of the meat evenly. Alright, at the same time, I just use the opportunity to go ahead and fold the wing like this. Get it? So the wing is folded. That's on one quarter, and you do likewise for the other. Ensure that the wing is folded. Now what we'll be doing from here now is just allow this to be marinated for approximately 30 minutes before we start our cooking process. Alright, 30 minutes time, this would be well marinated. So now what you want to do is lightly grease your baking tray, small amount of oil, yeah, and you spread it evenly on the baking tray. Yeah, spread it evenly, and then you want to add your chicken. Yeah, I think I fold this wing earlier. What happened? Why you open up back way? Alright, so place our chicken on the baking tray, and as you see here, it is ready for the oven. Alright, yes. Now remember, you want to preheat your oven, set it at 350 degrees Celsius, and then you put your chicken inside the oven. Alright, and then you allow it to be cooked according to the color you're looking for. So first you start at 15 minutes and then you check. Alright, so inside the oven, and you set your timer for 15 minutes, and then you check to see how far the doneness is at. Alright, set your watches and your clocks. So while our chicken is in the oven, I will be trying to make some festival from scratch. So here you see my measuring instrument. Yes, that's my scale. So my scale is metric. It has grams and kilograms. Alright, so what I'll be trying to do is to convert the ounces and pounds to metric. Alright, so there you see that's the kilogram sign, and the gram is there as well. Now what we want to find out is how much ounces or how much pound is equal to a kilogram, or how much ounces and pound equal to grams. Find the equivalent in grams. So for this recipe, what we'll be using is 4 ounces. So 4 ounces is equal to 113 grams. Yes, you heard that correctly. 4 ounces is equal to approximately 113.3 grams. Yeah, you can do the maths and work it out. So that is what I'll be working with. Alright, so the 4 ounce will represent the flour, and I'll be using 2 ounce to represent the sugar and 8 ounce to represent the cornmeal. But that 4 ounce is for only one person, so I would have to up the recipe if I'm going to be doing, for example, 3 persons. So I'd multiply the 4 by 3, the 2 by 3, and the 8 by 3, right? So that is what you have to do first before you move into the process of weighing out your ingredients. So once you have done that calculation and you know the correct measurement that you're going to be using, then you can move into that phase of your measurement process and continue with your recipe. Alright, so work it out, and we said we're going to use 4 ounce by 3, so we're going to be using 12 ounces of flour, we're going to be using 6 ounces of sugar, and we're going to be using 24 ounces of cornmeal. So that is 1 pound 8 ounces. Alright, so know your recipe, do your calculation before you start to weigh out the ingredients, and then from there you know exactly what to do when you are weighing out your ingredients. Alright, so now we going into the measuring process. So first, the container that you're using, you want to find out the weight of the container. Alright, so once you find out the weight of the container, then you can minus it from whatever weight you're looking for, so you won't have any error. Alright, so weighing out my flour, remember we're going for 113 times 3, right? Do the maths and tell me what you get. When I check it, I get, let me tell you what I get. 113 times 3 equivalent to 339 grams. 339 grams of flour is what I will be weighing out now. Alright, good. So once I have that, set it aside. Next, move to our next ingredients that we need to make this festival, and we will weigh it out as well. Now, bear in mind, you can add salt, you can add cinnamon powder, you can add nutmeg, you can use milk,
and use that milk as the liquid to knead your dough. Yep, you can add various spices based on your taste bud and based on the flavor that you are looking for in your festival. It is not cast in stone that this is the way how you should do it and no other way, or this is the way it should be done and there is no other way to do it. You can always twist the recipe and turn it and run some experiment with it. All right, you can also add even margarine. All right, so now I'll be weighing my cornmeal. Yes, and the cornmeal is the heaviest, or should I say the most, of that powder ingredients that I'll be using. Remember earlier I told you that the cornmeal would be equivalent to 24 ounces, so that would be 1 pound 8 ounces. And when you work that out in gram, you get 678. Yes, because earlier we measured 12 and the 12 was 339. So you see how easy maths is. Yes, maths is easy when you're using it doing measurement. Yeah, so we get that 678 grams of cornmeal and we keep it moving. So now we move to our sugar. Yeah, once we get the sugar, then we can start mixing our dough. So that's our sugar. Adding our cornmeal. The flour is already there because that's the first thing that we added. And now we'll be adding a bit of baking powder. Yes, we'll be adding at least 3 tablespoons of baking powder. The reason why you don't see me using any spoon or any measurement is because I can judge it. Unlike you guys, if you can't judge it, you measure it. Alright, so I judge it and then I just throw it from the bottle, owing to the fact that a bit of experience is already there kicking in, and I use that to judge my baking powder. Now I'll be adding just a small amount of salt as well, just for flavoring, and then I'll be adding my water to get this dough up and running so I can bring out a good festival mix. Right? Now the festival mix that you see in the supermarket, they might not be the typical festival mix that you need. It's a bit using less cornmeal and less sugar, but and the flour is a bit lighter, so it tends to attract more oil. When you use more cornmeal and you make your festival mix from scratch, then you tend to get more cornmeal in it and attract less oil. Alright, so let's get into this dough, get it up and running, get it ready, get it all nice and smooth and great texture, so I can have it cooking properly and tasting all good. Yes, adding a bit more water in here. Yeah, trying to get the dough together, ensure that we don't spoil it, because if it's spoiled, then the recipe will be thrown off and be thrown out of whack, and then from there we would have problem with the measurement, and then everything would go on downhill like a bus or a train running out of control. The dough has to be soft and nice. Yes, check it out, look at it. See, it might look a bit like it's spoiled, but it's not. It's on the safe side. Yes, chef normally just spank the dough a bit at times, 2 or 3 times. Don't know why, but it's just a practice. Probably it's just getting the dough ready for the pot. Yes, we get the dough ready for the pot. Yes, so once you finish with the dough, you place it in the fridge to cool. Alright, now let's check back on our chicken. Now looking at the chicken, you can see that it's getting along quite nicely. So what you want to do now is baste it. When I say baste, I mean you just get some of the juices that is in the tray, the baking tray that the chicken is in, and you just pour it back onto the chicken, like what you see I'm doing here. Yeah, get the juices from the tray in the spoon, pour it back on the chicken. That's what you call baste. So when you do it like that, you ensure that the chicken have juice in it and it's juicy and not dry when you have the end product. Alright, so that's what we do. Now looking at it, you can see that it has a bit of sheen. Yes, cooking process is continuing, and once it has that sheen, then you can allow it to continue cooking and ensure that it doesn't end up dry. Alright, now we can go back and check on the festival. Alright, so the dough is ready. So what we'll be doing now is shaping out our festival and adding it to the pot. Now you don't want your oil to be too hot and you don't want it to be too cold either. You just want it at a good temperature. That's when you drop your festival in it, it cooks pretty easily, slowly, and it soaks right through. Alright, so you roll it and shape it in whatever shape you desire, whatever you think your festival should look like, and you add it to the oil. Remember I said the oil shouldn't be too hot, nor should it be too cold. Now once you have achieved that color, golden brown, then you can turn, you can flip your festival and continue the process. If you want it to be a bit darker, if you don't like that color and want it to be a bit darker, no problem, you can allow it to get the color that you want, and then you can turn and get the other side just as same as the one that you turn it up. Alright, so look at that. Awesome, looks good, doesn't it? Yes, it's getting there nice and slowly. See, the fire is not too high, it's not too low, it's just right, so they can cook right through easily. Now remember, if you watch my previous videos, I always talk about being multitask. So now I'm trying to be multitask and trying to be efficient. So while there's some festival on the fire, I'm trying to get some ready, so that's when the pot is empty, I have some new one ready to place within the fire as well. That way you save time and you save gas, yes, and you try to be very efficient. So what I'm doing here now is getting some festival ready, place them on a plate or a tray and get them on standby. That's when the pot is empty, I have them to fill the gap. Yes, so you have to be efficient, you have to move fast. Remember now, you don't want to be there rolling some festival, getting some festival together, and the ones that is in the pot is all burnt. Can you imagine, after all of that work you get your festival all burnt? Wow, that would be such a disaster. So you have to be quick, you have to be very proficient, and you have to be very effective. Alright, so while you're there rolling, you still have to be peeking in the pot and ensure that the ones that is there is not getting overcooked and they are not being burnt. So this that I have here is ready and can go and be placed in the pot. Yes, so now we have to run again and check back on the chicken. Yes, remember we are trying to be very proficient, yes, or should I say efficient. We are trying to be efficient and multitask. So we continue the basting of our chicken that's inside the oven, ensuring at the same time that it is cooking properly and that it is not being overcook or undercook, or it's not going through any process that it's not supposed to be going through. So we're going to continue the basting and ensure that the juices remain inside the chicken. So once you have seen the juices on the tray, you just get your spoon, get the juices off the tray and get it back on the chicken, ensuring that you're basting it. Alright, so that's it for the chicken basting as far as it goes. Alright, get the oil, not the oil but the juices from the tray and put it back on the chicken, and put your chicken back inside the oven, close your oven, and you can move on to something else. Alright, so the oil is ready again for the next set of festival. So the set that I made and placed on the plate earlier, that's the set that would be going inside the pot now, and you'll see the pot would be filling up a bit faster than the first set that you'll see I add to the flame, because I was making it on the spot at the time and placing it inside the pot. But this time I took some there that was already shaped and place it inside the pot, and then we can continue the process. So once these have achieved the color on the side that it's in the oil, then we begin to spin them and ensure that the other side has the same color as well as we go along. And if you look at the dough, you see that it's rising. Yes, you'll see that it is rising. So we are good in regards to our ingredients and our measurement. If it didn't rise, then you know we would have a problem with the measurement, and there would be something wrong, and you'll be coming out with some very tough festival. Alright, but once you see it rising, then you know that your ingredients and the recipe that you have is a bit good. Alright, so you see we extracting the festival from the pot. That means it's ready. And checking back on our chicken, there you see it's getting a nice color that we're looking for. Yes, that's the color we desire for our oven jerk chicken. Look at it, that sheen, and it's still maintain a great color, and everything is all together. Yes, look at it, awesome. That's what we are looking for in our chicken. That's the color we're looking for. That's the color we desire. That's the color we want it to have. Now look at this, look at the sheen. You can tell that this is ready based on the sheen, based on the color, and based on how it looks. Yes, our oven jerk chicken is ready to serve. Now grab your plate and let's dive into this awesome chicken. Look at it, feast your eyes on the prize. Yes, nice color, sheen, all together. Yes, our chicken is ready. Now I'm going to get my plate and a few of those festivals and dig in. Yes, you see you still have juice inside the tray. Yeah, and the chicken is juicy. You can tell that it's not dry and it's not overcooked. It's just right based on the process that it went through. Yeah, look at that chicken leg and thigh. Awesome. Yum, 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 yum. Ready and rearing to go. Take a look at the finished product. My oven jerk chicken and my festival. Yes, good to go. Not even Elcha Festival no look like them or taste like them. Look on the chicken, all juicy. Yes, oven jerk chicken and festival ready up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking all these videos. Now drop a comment and let me know if you enjoy this one and if you would try this at home. Alright, remember, if you haven't subscribed as yet, please subscribe and share this video with your friend and let them know that Flaming Hot is the channel where the cooking never stops. Big up to all my supporters from So What TV. Big up, thanks much. Continue the support, respect. So What TV, big up.